Hello, I'm Gus Downing, publisher and editor of the D&D Daily, and this is the LP News Network. We're here today with Guy, the CEO of ProfitTech, Jordan Rivshin, Director of Loss Prevention at DSW, and Tom Marcelino, VP Sales and Marketing at Zebra Technologies. And today's session is entitled How DSW Redefined Shrink and EBR to Drive Loss Prevention Success. Now, Jordan, I know you and Guy just completed a speaking session here this morning at the Internet Protect audience. For those that weren't able to attend, what would you say are the key takeaways from that session?
You know, Gus, appreciate you having us here today. So, as we turn on the news every day, we know that retail's changing. And that means that LP professionals have to change as well. So as we at DSW looked at how we approach loss and shrink, we knew that we couldn't catch our way to low shrink and we needed to use technology as a force multiplier. And that's really where the relationship with ProfitTech came in. And it's about using a solution that empowers action with limited resources, because that's what we're faced with today. So today we really shared with the industry and our colleagues on how we've kind of re-architected our approach to shrink and loss and are actively managing it in real time with data. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what we covered. Guy, would you add anything?
Speaking of empowerment, I'm speaking with a lot of retailers executives today and every day. And what they're looking for is outcomes, better deliverables, right? I just read an article at Forbes, I think it was Friday, it was released. They were talking about the fact that it was not Amazon that is eating the breakfast from Sears and JCPenney and all the others. It's just poor decisions, right? But when you send people reports and you expect them to have made the right decision every time, well, what do you expect, right? You have a lot of people, a lot of data, a lot of products, right? You need to know what to do. Just tell them in plain language what they should do. DSW management actually empowering Jordan to make the right decisions, replacing their legacy system EBR with an EBR that tells people what they should do, rather than go and spend 4 hours analyzing and 4 hours acting. As Jordan was mentioning on stage today, you called it moving from 4x4 to 7-1, right? 1 hour analyzing and 7 hours action, right? More efficient, more effective.
So in actuality, you're also providing the answer, the response, the action after the data.
Correct. If that happens, this is what I would like you to do. Now you have everyone level set. So now all stores can execute well.
Jordan, what is it about ProfitTech's solution that helped DSW redefine shrink and EBR?
Yeah, so I think when we look at solution providers and ProfitTech specifically, we're focused on today, but they're also focused on tomorrow and continuing to evolve as we need to survive in this environment. So when we think about how ProfitTech has helped us and continues to help us, it's being solutions based and being a true partner versus giving you a technology and then simply walking away. So it's that ongoing relationship that we've built with the ProfitTech team that takes my team of 16 and actually makes them much larger. And it's because of that we've been able to do more with less, which is the reality in today's environment.
So they're staying with you, they're helping you with the evolution and the development and the execution at the store level, bottom line.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't have a data scientist on my team, but Guy's got plenty. And I think leveraging that talent is vital for us to thrive right now, where I don't have the resources that I need, but Guy does, and leaning on them to think about not necessarily what's today or tomorrow, but what's next year, and how are other retailers looking at shrink differently and taking some of those best practices and bringing them into our environment, where you're not just shoehorned into a solution that just is stagnant. This dynamic solution that's configurable allows us to partner with ProfitTech to attack shrink and loss and margin erosion like we've never been able to do before.
Yeah, beyond a typical EBR solution, basically,
Absolutely.
Of what they're accustomed to.
Absolutely.
I mean, you have a much broader scope and vision of the retailer.
Yeah, absolutely. They have different departments using it. It started with loss prevention. At the time, it was the Jordan's reporting into the CFO role, and the CFO saw the value of the total loss, if you will, enhancing margin, expanding sales. Sales is cure of all evils, right? When you increase sales, everyone is happy. So, people talking about shrink going in the wrong direction and shrink being acceptable. Well, we're saying, increase sales, reduce shrink, find the root cause, have people do the right thing over and over every time, because you're just asking them in plain language so everyone understands it.
Right.
But you mentioned conquering data, right? Using data not just for an exception of X bigger than Y, but leveraging as much data as you can in order to identify that root cause. And triangulate it with inventory solutions like Zebra.
It seems like Profit Tech has been making waves within retail and CPG. Why do they need prescriptive analytics?
Because, a few things happen. Number one, there's more and more data coming in. Internet of Things, e-commerce, RFID data, people's data, right? Every one of us is walking with a number. Our MAC address on our phone is a number, right? If you leave the phone in the car, well, you have the car keys. Keyless, that's another MAC address number, right? So there's more and more data. People are changing. There's a high attrition, and executives are looking for outcomes. If you combine all of it, that's where prescriptive analytics come to mind, right? Look for the root cause. What can improve sales? What can reduce shrink? Find the root cause, have the descriptive insight in plain language, and prescribe what you want them to do. Now you're elevating it into a new role.
Right. And causing action, positive action.
Right.
Tom, when most people think of Zebra, they think of mobile computing. How does inventory and analytics help loss prevention?
Yeah. Great question, Gus, and you're right. Zebra Technologies enjoys the #1 position, global market share for mobile handheld computing devices, as well as our barcode printing solutions. But additionally, the business unit that I'm a part of, Zebra Retail Solutions, is the #1 provider globally of self-directed, self-scan inventory solutions. So we enable retailers to utilize their own store team, store associates, to actually conduct cycle counts, physical inventory events, utilize our RFID technologies and barcode technologies to really result in an effective, accurate inventory program. And inventory visibility and certainly greater accuracy with regard to inventory is really driving the direction of the industry. And when you couple that with robust analytics, it really provides the loss prevention professional much greater visibility into what's occurring in their stores, helps them understand how to manage down to the item level, the SKU, the store, and really more effectively control shrink.
Right.
And so there's a real connection in terms of what we provide and where the industry is going relative
there
to
would be in
LP.
the future, with tying in that RFID information.
Absolutely.
And such. It's a natural kind of crossing of the paths.
Very much so. It's, the industry is moving very rapidly. There are a number of demands on retailers causing them to execute very effectively in store for a lot of omni-channel reasons, obviously.
Right.
And technologies like ours and Profit Tech's can really enable retailers to perform much better.
Yeah, the quicker all of you start working together, the faster you're going to find the
Correct.
solution.
Very much so.
And then companies are going to be helped all that much more.
Well, this is what we are here to discuss.
So, Jordan, how has prescriptive analytics changed, how you do your job?
Sure. So, when we began to look at the Profit Tech solution, this was over 4 years ago. The term big data has obviously been out there for a while, but it's really less about big data and more about actionable data. And providing an end user, whether they're an investigator, a regional LP manager, an analyst, or some corporate user, the ability to not just see a report that's static, but actually something that's dynamic that drives an action to take place, is something that we knew we needed to adopt. And there was definitely, and we talked about it today, a change management piece of prescriptive analytics, because historically, as an LP professional, and you know this too, you're used to digging. The system does the digging for you, and we like that. But you have to get your users comfortable with that. And again, going from that 4x4 to that 7 hours of action and 1 hour of analysis is vastly different than what we were used to as we grew up in LP.
Yeah, huge. Tom, I understand you and Profit Tech are partners. What does your partnership bring to retail? What's the value?
Well, it starts with Profit Tech's mobile applications, which create an opportunity to enable the retailer to push specific tasks, specific directions down to a Zebra handheld mobile device in store. So the analytics behind Profitec's data engines analyze all of the behaviors and patterns relative to store performance and execution and shrink and product movement. And then it creates this ability to push down tasks and push down specific functions to a department manager or a user's handheld device, a Zebra device. And that's really a key connection from a technology perspective. But certainly as retailers move more towards buy online, pick up in store, click and collect, the need to fulfill orders from store versus from distribution centers, inventory accuracy in store has never been in more demand.
Really?
It just simply has to be extremely accurate. So our solutions provide the retailer with the ability to conduct very specific, very targeted, prescriptive cycle counting processes to ensure that they're looking at the right SKUs, the right items, the right stores, to make certain that on-hand quantities and in-stock positions are as accurate as they possibly can be. Because when you or I purchase product online and we go to the nearest store to pick that up perhaps, and it's not there, it creates a problem.
Sure.
So we have to make certain that the retailer's accuracy levels relative to inventory are as crisp as they can be.
Impressive. Jordan, there's a lot of change going on in retail right now. What do you think is important in choosing a partner?
I think it's simple but difficult to execute, and I think it's simply find a partner that does what they say and they say what they do and executes on the promises that they make you. And I think we found that in Profitec as it's not just another solution provider, but they're a true partner to us as you know, we look at it, if we win, they win, and if they win, we win. And we're in it together. You know, I don't have hundreds of loss prevention folks in my stores. I would love it, but that's just not retail reality right now. But with technology and the partnership that we've been able to build with them, we've been able to have a huge impact in a relatively short period of time just through executing on the things that Profitec is finding for us.
You know, Guy, what are the retailers overlooking when it comes to evaluating solution providers?
Yeah, well, often vendors comes in and they just dismiss the importance of how quickly a system can be up and running. And bringing up a system quickly minimize risk. Think about it. IT is betting on a vendor, right? Or loss prevention is betting on a vendor. It doesn't matter where the budget comes from. But if the implementation goes more than a couple of days, a couple of weeks, then who knows if it will ever be live. But the money is already out, right? And so minimizing the risk, finding the partner that can be live quickly is key to the success of the project. We just replaced an old EBR, legacy EBR, at one of the department stores in the US, and frankly, they went up live on our EBR before they even signed the dotted line, and that's part of the partnership. And so I would like to request any retailer who is looking for an EBR replacement, ask all the vendors out there, bring us live, and then we'll sign the contract. That's what we're willing to do.
That's bold. That's bold. Great step for the year.
Absolutely.
Good
We're
luck
here.
with it. Good luck
Thank you.
with it.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, thanks for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Well, that's it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank you for watching. And until next time, let's keep them all safe out there.